Howdy, Siam here. Got my coffee, time for another dog walk ramble. And today we're going to talk about learning and how learning or teaching sucks. And there is a tenuous link to crypto here, so bear with me. So I totally sucked at school. I was a doofus. My teachers, I was probably the person all the teachers thought I would never amount to anything. Screw you, teachers. Anyway, no, there are lots of good ones. And the reason I struggled at school is I've always had the train of thought of, why does this freaking matter? This has no, resemblance to my future, my life, etc. And because the education system typically is taught in a very logical way, right? So if you're going to learn about biology, what's the first thing you learn about? Cells, the nucleus and the outer membrane, all that sort of stuff. But as a kid, whether you're 9 years old or hell, even an adult, it's like, oh, so boring, why do I need to learn about it? And that part of your brain, for me especially, and I know there's a lot of others out there similar, think the same, and so they switch off. It doesn't apply to them, yada yada yada. And as an educator myself, I've taught thousands of adults, right? And when I started teaching trading and investing, I thought, right, first principle thinking, what is the most efficient, logical way to teach trading, investing, blah blah blah. And I fell into the same trap as the normal education system, as in I started from the absolute bare bones essentials, like what is a tick, what is a chart, or all of the really basic stuff. But to this day, I still struggle with this a little bit, because adults who want to learn, they come on and they're like, oh yeah, this is boring, I want to get to the good stuff. So what do? They skip forward all of the essential stuff, and then they go and hurt themselves by doing something stupid because they haven't learned the absolute basics, or yada yada yada. And so, but we can't just discredit that data point. That's valid feedback, and I am the same. So if we take FPV droning, FPV droning is where you put on some goggles and you fly it via the camera that's on the drone, and I got very good at that during lockdown 2020. And the thing with droning is that it told me how to learn properly, or how to at least teach properly, because I bought a nice drone, I bought all the kit, I went out there, I freaking crashed it in the first 30 seconds because I got like 110 mile per hour beast. I crashed it, smashed it into smithereens, and then I had to spend the next few days trying to fix it, right? And fixing a drone involves lots of different things, from heat wrapping to soldering to electronics to ESCs and motors and all that sort of stuff. So I had to get back down to the basics of what are currents, what are amps and ohms and all that sort of stuff. But the thing is, I had a reason to know this stuff, because so if I was trying to I bought a new body or whatever, and I had to reconnect some brand new motors with a battery and the 4-in-1 controller, all that sort of stuff, I had to quickly learn soldering and electronics, all that, and it made sense. So now, I could destroy a drone and it'll only take an hour to fix, because it's taught me a lot about electronics, and in a very short period of time I got pretty good at electronics. So and that sort of made me think, maybe we should be flipping education, or the way we learn stuff, backwards. So just throw people in at the deep end. So like with trading and in crypto, maybe the best thing to do is go, right, you're new to trading, new to crypto, get 500 quid, something, or an amount which you're happy to treat as learning money. So some people that's 500 quid, some people it's 50 quid, whatever. And then just go, right, go and buy some Bitcoin. Just go and do it, and go and trade it, and make them, or and just make every mistake under the sun, which is what I did. That's how I learned. And then once there is a desire to learn, then they will go, actually I keep making this stupid error, I need to get back home. Then they'll they'll learn properly. They'll get back to the basics, and then yeah, do that. And I found that with my kids actually. So I mentioned in one of the live sessions that I'm self-teaching myself the drums because both my kids are learning the drums. And I was sat there in one drumming lesson going, this is the worst way to teach drumming, right? They're 4 and 6 years old, and he plonked out, you know, some music sheets with all the music notes, which looks like bloody Swahili to me. And they're like, this is an A and this is a B, and he was like, and I was like, oh my god. For a 4 and 6 year old, hell, even for a 37-year-old, I was bored out of my mind. And we came out of that half-an-hour lesson really not knowing anything. So my little challenge is I'm going to self-teach myself the drums whilst the kids still go to lessons, and or I think they've got 2 drum teachers now. But and so far I'm better than my kids at drumming. I don't know how long that's going to last for. And what am I doing? I'm literally just picking up the drumsticks and just smashing them around, and I am trying to apply it to my, you know, songs that I like. So I'm you know, listening to like a Foo Fighters track or something like that, and seeing, is there a beat or something that I can learn to play along to with the music in the background. And you know, yeah, so far so good. And Koa had a go, my eldest, at a song that he liked, and we found a little, you know, rhythm that he could do, and he loved it. So suddenly I've got him from thinking drumming is really boring to actually he quite likes it. So now when we put the song on the loudspeaker, he runs to the drums and he's like bum, bum, bum. Yeah. So how can you apply this to yourself? If you're ever learning something new and you think this is freaking boring, maybe just flip it on its head and do the complete opposite first. And then you'll realize what bits you actually need to learn. Because like with the droning, I didn't need to learn everything under the sun about electronics. I only had to learn the things that I actually needed to know. I guess it's a bit like aviation with flying helicopters and planes. A lot of the syllabus you really don't need to know on a daily basis or whenever you're going flying, but yeah. Anyway, I don't recommend jumping in a helicopter scratch and then stoofing it. So, yeah, gotta go. Toodles. Oh, one more thing. This is absolutely crucial for business as well. Do exactly the same thing for business. So instead of just dicking around thinking, oh, one day I'll set up a business, blah, 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 just freaking do it. Don't worry too much about the idea. Don't worry about, you know, it being a $1 billion idea. Just freaking do it. Just set up a website, get some pictures and start selling, whatever the product is, and fail as fast as you can. That's why my mantra is do, fail, learn and pivot until you hit your goals. And so you've got to do, fail, learn and pivot faster than anyone you know.